For centuries, the name El Dorado has echoed through history as a promise of unimaginable wealth. A city made entirely of gold, streets shining brighter than the sun, a kingdom so rich it drove explorers across oceans and into deadly jungles. But what if El Dorado was never a city at all? What if the truth is stranger, smaller, and far more human?
Behind every moment lies a scientific wonder. I'm Kale, and welcome to SciCurious, where curiosity meets science.
High in the Colombian Andes, surrounded by steep green mountains, lies a circular crater lake known as Lake Guatavita. At first glance, it looks peaceful, almost ordinary, but this lake is the real birthplace of the El Dorado legend, and its story begins not with greed, but with ritual. Long before the arrival of Europeans, this region was home to the Muisca civilization. They were not an empire like the Aztecs or the Inca, but a sophisticated society with advanced agriculture, astronomy, and metalworking. Gold, for the Muisca, was not money. It had no economic value. Instead, it was sacred. Gold represented the sun, creation, and the divine order of the universe. One of the most important Muisca ceremonies took place at Lake Guatavita. When a new ruler, known as the Zipa, was chosen, his initiation followed a ritual unlike anything the Spanish had ever seen. The future ruler was stripped naked and covered head to toe in fine gold dust. He stepped onto a raft made of reeds, carrying offerings of emeralds and golden objects. As the raft drifted toward the center of the lake, drums and chants echoed from the shore. Then, in silence, the gold-covered ruler plunged into the cold water. As he submerged, the gold dust washed off his body, sinking into the depths. The offerings followed. To the Muisca, this was not waste. It was balance, a gift to the gods who lived beneath the water. But when Spanish conquistadors arrived in the 16th century, they saw something very different. They heard stories of a man covered in gold, of treasure thrown into a lake. And through the lens of conquest, they misunderstood everything. The ritual became exaggerated. The golden man became a golden king, and soon, the golden king ruled a golden city. El Dorado was born. The myth spread rapidly across Europe. Expeditions were launched. Entire fortunes were spent. Thousands of people died searching for something that never existed in the way they imagined. Ironically, all of it was inspired by a single ritual at a single lake. Lake Guatavita soon became a target. Over the centuries, multiple attempts were made to drain the lake. In the 1500s, conquistadors carved a channel into the crater wall, lowering the water level and recovering some gold artifacts, but not nearly enough to satisfy their expectations. In the early 20th century, a British company attempted a more extreme approach. They drained much of the lake completely, exposing the muddy bottom. But as the sediment dried, it turned into hardened clay, trapping most of the artifacts forever. What they recovered was disappointing. No mountains of gold, no lost city, just fragments. And yet, modern archaeology tells a different kind of story. Artifacts recovered from the region, including finely crafted gold figures known as tunjos, confirm the ritual accounts described by early chroniclers. These objects were never meant to be retrieved. They were offerings, intentionally removed from human possession. Scientific analysis of Muisca goldwork reveals sophisticated metallurgy, precise alloy control, and symbolic design. This was not random decoration. It was meaning cast in metal. Today, Lake Guatavita is protected. Excavation is forbidden. And perhaps that is fitting, because El Dorado was never about gold waiting to be claimed. It was about belief, about how one culture expressed power and spirituality, and how another culture projected its own desires onto that expression. The real El Dorado isn't lost. It was misunderstood. And the golden lake of Guatavita still holds its silence, reflecting the sky, guarding a story far richer than any treasure. So here's the question. If El Dorado was never a city of gold, why do you think the myth was so powerful that people were willing to risk everything to find it?
Science is everywhere if you just know where to look. Thanks for watching SciCurious. Until next time.